Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Pakistan suffers inflation. As inflation rises, economy worsens. I watched the video. All the people who believed in Imran Khan as a leader, I mean, right now, whatever he's saying is nothing but sheer bullshit and excuses. Oh, it's because of the previous political party. It's because of this, because of that. I mean, you're the leader. You are supposed to sort things out. And now the opposition is going to get a field day to put him down. And they are rallying up people against inflation. So obviously, it's a valid point. But I just feel whomsoever comes after Imran Khan is only going to use a religious trump card, and things are only going to get worse from there. But it's really sad to see. If you see the Al Jazeera video, you'd see, this family man, he wants to feed his family. And he's saying, I'm selling second-hand shoes, but there's no money. Okay. Next one is this clashes erupt at Belarus-Poland border as refugees, this storm in. I really don't understand what is happening there. It's so crazy. I mean, you see these people, even these people who are trying to get into Europe by traveling through the sea, and they risk even getting drowned. People are trying to enter the United States. People are trying to enter, Europe. It's really sad. It's really sad. I mean, unless and until you are really pushed and there is no hope to work and do anything. And then again, I mean, countries, how much can they take? How many refugees can they take? And then you're left with no other choice but to leave them, for them to die in their misery. And activists can only say, oh, you have to take these people, oh, you have to take these refugees. But who's going to feed them? As it is, your own citizens don't have jobs. And then how are you going to manage with all these people? Okay. Next one is, okay, this one I'll need your help because I can't seem to understand why or what. It doesn't make sense to me. US is releasing 50 million barrels of oil from reserves. Okay. Now, I was just trying to understand why would US do this? Okay. One of the reasons why US would do this is simply because they would want to make money. Okay. No. They would want the power of the OPEC countries to be reduced, their power. So, they are releasing oil, so nobody's dependent on OPEC. The second one is, this is my understanding, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. The second one is, if there is a supply of any goods or material, the prices will obviously come down. So they don't want these oil producing nations to make more money. Now, this will not go very well with OPEC. These Arab countries who are very rich, once upon a time, I mean, from nothing, they became multi-billionaires. Well, obviously, the American oil companies also made a good amount of money. But now, America doesn't want to be dependent on them. America doesn't want them to still have that power that they once had. So, put down your thoughts as to why do you think US is releasing 50 million barrels of oil? And what is the clash between these OPEC countries? So, I would love to read your views and comments on that. And yes, what is the impact on global markets? Next one, this was a major surprise. UAE is, the Sheikh Abu Dhabi Crown Prince visits Turkey, and he's the main guy. So he's visiting Turkey. Now this is a feather of victory, feather in the cap of Turkey, because UAE is coming to Turkey. What I look at it as is UAE is following the instructions of USA. This is a long shot. It can be a conspiracy theory. US is following the instructions of UAE is following the instructions of USA to spy on Turkey by sending their own people there and trying to develop a relationship, because Turkey now really doesn't seem to give a rat's ass to USA. And that is why I was so surprised that even Turkey, when it's visiting USA, they're still welcoming them. So it shows that USA doesn't have the authority or the power it once had. I mean, before, countries were bowing their heads and, oh, you're great. Now today, China doesn't give a fuck. Russia doesn't give a fuck. Philippines doesn't give a fuck. Turkey doesn't give a fuck. I mean, the entire global landscape is changing so very much. So anyway, you can give me what do you think of that? And a little bit of UAE news. It seems UAE The impounded cars, more than 850 bidders took part in this, and cars, really good cars, were sold as less as 2,000 dirhams. That's roughly, I think, $600, $600 brand new, not brand new cars, but cars. Anyway, good. I guess there are very less buyers. In fact, I checked with a couple of people who are selling stuff in UAE. They are still not finding good business. Okay, so the economy is still taking time to recover. Like I told you before, recession is still going to be there, and inflation is going to come up next, which is happening. Okay, globally it's going to happen. And last but not the least, in the news, this female says Maradona abused and raped her. Maradona, didn't he die some few months or years ago? Why is she now suddenly woken up? I really can't understand these women who get raped or who get molested. I mean, after 10 years or 20 years, you suddenly wake up. After 20 years, why don't you bring it up then? Why are you bringing it up? And that also after a person's dead. Just imagine, for example, you get this actor who is now 70 or 80 years old, and someone who is like 60, 70 or 50, she says, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, or 50 years ago, I was raped. What were you doing all this while? Sleeping? So, anyway. Oh, by the way, a very important news. This one is very important. Cryptocurrency is going to be banned in India, which they've been announcing for so very long. But now it seems they really are pushing the agenda, with Modi being determined to ban it. Now, what do I think about this? What I think is, see, India wants to clamp down on black money, and they also want to make some, some sort of revenue for the government. But now they want, what they're trying to say is, okay, fine, you are getting all these people who are ready to invest. In fact, I was surprised to know that India is the biggest nation, or Indians are the largest number of investors for cryptocurrencies. In fact, in my WhatsApp cryptocurrency group, so many people keep talking about crypto. So the interest is there. So now they want to regulate this so that they can make some money out of it. So everyone's making money, they make money, black money is controlled. But what I think is, if they try to control it in India, people who are into, black money or into money laundering, they will figure out ways and means to do it outside India. So India is going to try its level best, because now they're getting actors, actresses, cricket players, everyone promoting this. Would it take a hit? Yes, it would take a temporary hit. But once again, people who have to invest in crypto or continue with crypto, they're going to figure out a way or somehow to do it through third-party means. When someone has to do something, they'll do. But yes, those who have to get caught will be in serious trouble. Okay, so let me know your views and thoughts. In fact, even the oil and how does it impact the country and economy? I'd love to know your thoughts. Put your comments down below. Now let's move on to the funny bits.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying, or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.